My name is Steve Thomas. I'm happy to be your host again this year. 2011 seemed to take its toll economically and emotionally on our city, our state, and our nation. And even when faced with unrelenting economic downturn and numerous challenges within our government, downtown has maintained its momentum by looking toward the future with optimism in the areas of retail, tourism, rehabilitation, and new construction, and by striving to be the destination of choice for shopping, dining, cultural activities, and successful business ventures. 2012 will be no different. I would like now to introduce the current board president of Downtown Springfield Incorporated, Jane Mosley Nicoletta. Please make her welcome.
Hi, everyone. How are you? Well, I have to say, 2 years ago when I took over the presidency for DSI, my friends had a really good time suggesting all of the different titles that I could use being the president. They said, Madam President, the Big Banana, Your Highness, Our Lady of Downtown. But as flippant as they were, I felt, and I still feel, so honored to get to serve this organization in this capacity. For the past 2 years, we have seen many achievements in this organization, and I wish I could take credit for some of them, but I have to say that it's all our wonderful, wonderful staff and our amazing volunteers that have made it all happen. We saw an expansion in the farmers market, the footprint from 2 blocks to almost 3, and we expanded the artisans area to a weekly Saturday occurrence. Attendance at the market appears to be high, and Ann and her team are implementing even more innovations to make it easier and more enjoyable for all sorts of people to utilize the market. DSI had a float in the St. Patrick's Day Parade this last year for the first time. The Promotions Council, along with all sorts of wonderful volunteers, planned and constructed the float, and we had a great group that marched and enjoyed the day together. I suspect that this is going to be an annual event for us. The Business Retention and Expansion Council has been really busy. They developed a plan for an economic development study, put out an RFP, evaluated proposals, and hired the consulting firm that they deemed was the most capable for the job. Scott will have to report to you on the results because they've just gotten underway in terms of the evaluation. But I have to say, having the statistics and the demographics and an economic snapshot of the downtown area will be a wonderful marketing tool to attract new businesses and development to our area. Our 2 main summer events, both Taste of Downtown and the Old Capitol Blues and Barbecue Festival, were also expanded to 2-day events, each of them. This year, the weather cooperated and the sound systems all seemed to work properly. So I think that we're going to see some really great things. I think our attendance was at record levels this year thanks to those things. The Membership Council has been holding regular Get Connected networking events that have increased our individual membership substantially. And I understand that there are plans in the works to start expanding our membership invitation to all of the different businesses who support and supply the downtown area. So if you have a vendor who's not a member, please let Josh Kaufman know so that our membership committee can contact them and bring them into the fold. First Fridays were reintroduced during the past 2 years, and it's become a year-round event rather than just a seasonal event. And I think it's been a really good thing for our downtown shops and restaurants and pubs. The rest of Springfield seems to have been noticing, since I seem to notice a little bit more traffic on those nights in terms of shoppers and diners and general merrymakers, so we hope that will continue. There's so many other accomplishments, the holiday walks, finally moving forward with the mural project, and continued success of the Upper Stories Tours program and more. But hey, let's look forward. My very capable Vice President, Scott Traylor, is set to take over the presidency, and I'm confident that he will bring his impressive energy to bear on the presidency and will far outshine me. As you may know, he is Senior Producer and Director of Production and Local Programming for WSCC, Network Knowledge, which is our local public television station, He also serves as the chair of our Business Retention and Expansion Council and has done a terrific job. So I'm going to turn the mic over to him here in just a minute. But before I go, I have to say, he told me that I am not going to be able to take Air Force One home tonight. So instead, I'll just have to say to you all, you nice people, don't cry for me, downtown Springfield. The truth is I'll never leave you, even with my wild schedule. Those crazy committees, I kept my promise. Don't keep your distance. Thanks for a great 2 years. Scott?
Big thanks. Big thanks to Jane again for all of her hard work. Thank you. I've got an easy job so far, so all I'm going to do is introduce some of the VIPs that we have with us this evening. Starting with, who will be up here in a moment to speak, Lieutenant Governor Shelia Simon, Congressman Aaron Shock. Yeah, go ahead and hold your applause, please, till we get them all out there. Mayor Mike Houston, Senator Sam McCann, State Representative Rich Brower, City Treasurer Jim Langfelder, County Auditor Paul Palazzolo, who's actually back at our table, Alderman Gail Simpson, Alderman Corey Jobe, Alderman Sam Canman, Alderman Steve Dove, and Alderman Joe McMenamin. In addition to the elected officials, I'd also like to send out a special thanks to the council members and chairs for their diligent efforts towards implementing DSI's 2011 work plans. I'd also like to acknowledge the officers present tonight, Vice President Karen Kahn, who's back with us over there, Treasurer Josh Clark, and Secretary Jim Langfelder. Thank you for your dedicated, continued dedication to commitment to WDSI. It's now my pleasure to introduce a very special guest we have with us tonight, Lieutenant Governor Shelia Simon.
Yes, thank you. I am very glad to be here. Very glad to be at my table with Amy and Mitzi and Congressman Shock, who really puts a nice bookend on our perspectives on downtown Springfield because he's such a youngster. And Annie has an office in downtown Springfield, so thank you very much. That's well done. But I'm thinking of, what are my connections with downtown Springfield? And I think back to when I was a kid and we lived here as a family. And I remember getting clothes at Myers Brothers, right? Not everyone knows this, right? Okay, there are some people who are old enough to remember this. And anyway, lots of fun memories of downtown Springfield from when I was little. And now I have a different perspective on downtown Springfield. And although I still live in Carbondale, I live part-time up here in an apartment in the Lincoln Towers. And I really love downtown Springfield because most of the time when I'm here, I drive up in a state car, which I then can't drive around to do anything else except state business, right? So that means I'm walking around downtown Springfield a lot. And I tried to categorize what I love about downtown Springfield, and I hate to say it's like all food. I love the Cafe Brio, I love the Moxo, and I love, love, love your farmer's market, which I really want to plug. Yeah. You guys are doing a fantastic job with the farmers market, and I do hope that the efforts pan out to get that link card connection to the farmers market, because that really makes a difference in farmers markets across the state. That we've really shown that the link cards bring in much more business, and it's a fantastic opportunity. That's why that's one of the things on the Rural Affairs Council that I chair. We're pushing statewide. So keep up the efforts on farmers market here in Springfield. And it's really fun, I have to say, to be able to talk about farmers markets and local foods because you have the most fun puns ever, right? We're talking about businesses that are rooted in the community and growing businesses and plowing your profits back in. So I say take advantage of every pun you can and keep those things moving here in Springfield and continue to make it a wonderful place for all of us to live at least part-time when we can. So thank you very much for having me here this evening. Keep up the good work.
Well, aren't we lucky to have the Lieutenant Governor here tonight and so many other people. Congressman Shock, thank you for coming. It's going to take me a minute to get my stuff together here, but we're very fortunate to every year be able to thank so many sponsors and so many people for coming here when times aren't so good sometimes. But before we thank tonight's sponsors and so many other people, I want to take a minute and reflect on what we've done downtown this year. I'm happy to say that we're collectively holding our own when some businesses, large businesses, banks, large chain stores are going out of business and closing up shop. We're still tackling a very big issue and literally rallying against an expansion in railroad freight traffic downtown. And please know we're going to continue to fight to the very end. It may be myself and Steve Combs from Enos Park laying our bodies across the track, I'm not sure. But we're going to fight it to the very end. We also continue to fight the overwhelming reality that the state of Illinois' offices are vacating downtowns and putting some of our property owners and businesses in some vulnerable positions for their own, because of their own financial situation. We'll have to be creative, use some elbow grease, and try to keep strong and continue the path of vitality that we continued about 20 years ago. Regardless of the nation's or state's economy, new businesses, renovations, and innovative projects still thrive in downtown Springfield. Some of the downtown shops had record years, regardless of this situation. We'll continue to support and maintain a strong business climate and let everyone know how important our people, places, and projects are. The message is for 2012 is to be in the center of attention that makes up downtown Springfield. Along with this vitality comes longevity, and I want to take a minute to recognize the businesses that have been downtown for a really long time, and some just short, but 5 years in business is a long time for any business when some of them close after the first year. State Journal Register celebrated 180 years last year. The Myers family, which has had so many wonderful successes in downtown and still continues to thrive through Steve Myers and his family, 125 years in downtown Springfield. Giffen, Winning, Cohen, and Bo Davies law offices, 100 years. Our very own City Water, Light, and Power, 100 years. Kerber, Eck, and Breckel, 80 years. Two Brothers Lounge, a great watering hole over on Monroe, 65 years. Midwest Family Broadcasting has one of their own stations downtown on 5th Street, 35 years. FWAI Architects, right down the street from us, 35 years. Springfield Area Arts Council, 35 years. Renaissance Architects with the new project at 2nd and Adams, 25 years. Our first night celebration, 25 years, I think the longest running in the state. Widow at Windsor, 5 years. Flea Market's a Fabulous, 5 years. And the Gannett's own little sweet shop, Cold Stone Creamery, 5 years. Another group of greatly appreciated friends and people in the community cannot go without mention. We are blessed to have nearly 250 volunteers helping us throughout the year. That is amazing. You'll see some of them have green tags on tonight, the folks who help us on a regular basis. But some companies really went to the bat for us this year and got their members out and even offered incentive time for their people to help our organization. Horace Mann Companies, Wells Fargo, Robert Morris University, Bank of Springfield, Kerber, Eck, and Breckel, and McGladrey. Thank you so much for the troops of people you got for us. And a special thank you to those city workers and a few hardworking people who always perennially help us at our events. The CWLP electricians help us at our events. The public works employees help us at our events, plus the farmers market every Wednesday and Saturday. We could not do it without them, and they treat our organization just like part of their family, and we appreciate it so very much. These are all on the screens, and we'll get it back to Steve here, and we'll be able to thank some of our great sponsors. Steve, you want to help me?
Good. We'd like to thank quite a few people, actually. After receiving recognition on stage, we'd like all of our sponsors, please step right outside the doors to have their photos taken, if you would, please. This year's co-presenting sponsor, AT&T, is a great friend of downtown. We would like to give special recognition to AT&T and its representative, Dennis Polly. AT&T has served as a presenting sponsor of our annual awards dinner for the past 8 years. They have shown a great sense of cooperation and accountability to our downtown organization, and we commend them. Congratulations, and thank you, AT&T, for your continued support of DSI's annual dinner. And I am now with AT&T. Which, you know what? Hang on just a minute. While I've got this, I've never had video. I got the iPhone 4S, and it's just pretty darn cool. And I have a video camera now, an HD video camera. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put this. So all right, applaud and wave, not at the same time. And we're gonna go starting over here. And here we go. Ready? Go. There we go. Yeah. Very cool. Now, I'll tell you something else would be cool. Is I could video me being videoed. That's pretty cool, too. All right, good. Thank you for that. And that's, I know you didn't create the iPhone, but you make it possible for me to stay connected, even when I don't want to stay connected. Secondly, we'd like to thank our co-presenting sponsor, Watts Copy Systems, for their annual support of the DSI Awards Dinner. Kara Watts strongly holds the helm of this homegrown, regionally mega successful Central Illinois business. Thank you and congratulations to the Watts family and Watts Copy Systems for your continued support of Downtown Springfield Incorporated and our annual dinner. Without the assistance of AT&T and Watts Copy Systems, DSI would not be able to honor the businesses, individuals, and projects that make our downtown so successful. Thank you. Our entertainment sponsor, WSEC-TV, makes it possible for the citizens of Central Illinois to view tonight's awards ceremony and to gain an even greater appreciation for downtown successes with shows like Illinois Stories and special features on downtown artists and architecture. Please help me welcome Dr. Jerry Gerbel, president of WSEC Television, to the stage. Thank you, Jerry and WSEC Television, for taping, editing, and airing tonight's dinner. Many businesses supported this year's event, and we would ask those individuals representing our corporate table sponsors to join us on stage. Please hold your applause until the end of the night. No, until all awards have been given. Bank of Springfield, Brown, Hay, and Stevens, Hanson Professional Services, Horace Mann Companies, Illinois Association of Realtors, Illinois National Bank, Kerber, Eck, and Breckel, Lincoln Land Properties, McGladrey, Memorial Medical Center, St. John's Hospital, and the State Journal Register. Thank you so much for your participation and your generosity. You missed the part that when you represent the table, you're supposed to come when your name is announced. If this is a ploy to get more applause, it's working. Now, would one representative from each of those tables please make your way to the front? doing, man? Excuse us while we have a photo minute. While they're doing that, finally, we would like to thank those talented individuals and businesses that provided us with additional in-kind services and donations, and our very talented dinner committee that made this evening possible. They are all listed in your programs. Please thank us. Please join us in thanking all of our wonderful sponsors and supporters. I'm going to move out of the way. Now at this time, I would like to introduce you to a man who has been a public servant for 3 decades, or rather in 3 different decades, the 70s, the 80s, and the 10s, or whatever we call those now. He has served the city of Springfield in many capacities as a chairman of the board for the Springfield Chamber of Commerce twice, and as president of Downtown Springfield Incorporated once. We are proud to have him here in his 3rd term of office as mayor of our city. Just before the evening started, I asked him out in the hallway how would he like to be introduced. So he demonstrated for me how he would like to be introduced, and I will see if I can do this the way he showed me. Ladies and gentlemen, please make welcome three-time Mayor of Springfield, Mayor Mike Houston. How's that?
These are some hard acts to follow, let me tell you. Jane gets up here and sings. Then we have that. I don't know. But I do want to wish everybody a good evening, and I want to thank Downtown Springfield Incorporated and Victoria Ringer for inviting me to give my assessment of the state of the city. A special welcome to our Lieutenant Governor and Congressman Shock. I really appreciate you joining us this evening to celebrate our successes in revitalizing downtown Springfield and recognizing DSI members who have really had some individual accomplishments. I particularly want to take the opportunity to thank Congressman Shock for putting his Springfield office on a very, very visible corner at the corner of 6th and Monroe, because that really means a lot. Let me begin by thanking and offering my congratulations to Jane Nicoletta for her service as president of DSI for the last 2 years. She joins a long list of former presidents who have served with distinction, and I hope that she will carry on the tradition of other past presidents of staying very involved with DSI. I also want to extend my congratulations to Scott Traylor, the new DSI president, and thank him for his commitment to our central business district as well as downtown Springfield. DSI has a very ambitious work plan for 2012, and his leadership is going to be extremely important in making that work plan a success. Scott, I want to offer you my best wishes and my personal commitment of support as we continue to work to make downtown a great location to work, to worship, to shop, to dine, and to be entertained, and most importantly, to live. My perception of downtown Springfield is one of an urban core that is very much alive and vibrant, with the best yet to come. While we may never be the downtown retail center that it once was, retailing will always be an important part of the downtown. The Central Business District has been and needs to remain the center of activity in both our employment base and property tax base of our community. Our city center has weathered the recent economic downturn, having had to deal with the same challenges that other communities across the state and the nation have endured. In addition, we have suffered from the reduction of the number of state employees and the impact that that has had on our local downtown businesses. And just think for a moment. Think about the delays that we are seeing in the state paying its bills. And we know the financial challenges facing the state and the vendors, and we know that those challenges are not over. Yet, as we look at downtown Springfield, it has stabilized itself, and it's really strengthening its assets in a number of ways. Today, we have new shops and restaurants that are opening in locations where others have chose to leave. Tonight gives me an opportunity to examine where we are and how we got here. Downtown Springfield has become a tourist hub for travelers interested in learning more about our 16th president. No doubt, the Abraham Lincoln Presidential Library and Museum has drawn people from far and wide to Mr. Lincoln's hometown. People literally come from all over the nation and all over the world. When it opened, thousands of people flocked to it. Today, it's still attracting very large numbers of visitors, far greater than any other presidential library or museum. I believe that it is the crown jewel of presidential museums in this country, because when you leave it, what you know and what you have an understanding of is Mr. Lincoln the man, his principles and values, and how those principles and values guided him to become the greatest president in the history of this great country. But the Abraham Lincoln Presidential Library and Museum is just one of the assets that makes downtown exciting. We almost lost another downtown asset in the Hoagland Center for the Arts. Thanks to the help and the generosity of many of you here and other civic-minded residents, the Hoagland Center's fund drive was a huge success and proof positive of the city's dedication to the arts and creating creative classes. That means that Springfield will continue to be a hub for the arts, providing a multitude of entertainment and cultural enrichment opportunities for many years to come. More importantly, the Abraham Lincoln Presidential Museum and the Hoagland Center for the Arts will continue to be the anchors for downtown Springfield on the north and the south and draw both residents and visitors to Mr. Lincoln's hometown. The city is doing its part to bring people to Springfield thanks to the Convention and Visitors Bureau. On January 7th and 8th, we hosted nearly 1,000 wrestlers that participated in a national competition at the Prairie Capital Convention Center along with just under 500 coaches and trainers, plus the fans. And they filled over 1,200 room nights in what would be one of the deadest weekends of the entire year. Those visitors ate and shopped in the downtown as well as in other parts of the city. We hope to sign a contract to bring them back for a 5 or a 10-year period. And based on their experience of being in Mr. Lincoln's hometown, I believe that we have a very good opportunity to do that. But this illustrates a new emphasis that we are placing on visitors. That is to aggressively pursue conventions as well as meetings and other types of events that fill hotel and motel rooms and generate true economic activity that benefits downtown businesses. We know that tourists make up the majority of our visitors, but conventioners and people who are attending meetings and multi-day events that stay overnight, such as the upcoming Great Lakes Valley Conference Championship Tournament in early March, are people who really have an economic impact and who spend money while they're here. Our new initiative includes marketing our hotel space differently. We are now packaging the downtown as a place that can handle large conventions by combining the available hotel rooms at both the Hilton and the President Lincoln Hotel, along with the Prairie Capital Convention Center, and marketing it as one destination. Last Friday, we pitched an organization that will use 3,500 room nights over a 5-day period in 2016. I would also like to take the opportunity to specifically commend Downtown Springfield Incorporated for its successes this year. Truly, the Blues and Barbecue event was taken to a new level and was an overwhelming success. Your taste of downtown was exceedingly well received and continues to get better year to year. The downtown holiday walks and the First Friday activities had a strong level of participation as well. These initiatives not only attract the residents of Springfield, but they serve as a strong magnet for attracting visitors from outside the city as well. People that we hope will continue to visit the downtown and patronize our businesses. We recently completed a $750,000 remodeling project using TIF funds at the Amtrak station so that visitors to Mr. Lincoln's hometown by train will have a positive first impression when they arrive. While we want to make a good first impression for our visitors, we also want local residents to be comfortable when they use Amtrak. We overlaid a pothole-filled parking lot, changed the traffic direction, added trackside green space, and made the facilities and restrooms accessible to people with disabilities. We've also successfully repainted the 3rd Street Railroad overpass on Capitol Avenue after decades, literally decades, of rust and dirt that made it very dingy and unappealing. We've installed curbside plantings and benches to create a mini pocket park at 6th and Adams as a new vista at the old state capitol. The state of Illinois reopened the Dana Thomas House to visitors this year after having it undergone a massive restoration project. We are very fortunate to have companies in Springfield like Horace Mann Educators. They are our biggest private sector employer downtown and the biggest contributor of property taxes to the TIF fund. As we speak, Horace Mann, the complex, is getting an exterior facelift that also includes rehabilitation of the gorgeous garden area and making that facility more accessible, all of which means enhancing the overall attractiveness of the downtown area for their employees and those folks who are smart enough to take advantage of that beautiful surroundings. There are many residents and visitors that regularly take advantage of their grounds, and Horace Mann has made a major investment in their building and grounds with this renovation. The city is pleased to have assisted with downtown TIF funds. Right across the street is another project that is being supported by TIF funds. The multi-million-dollar upgrade of the Prairie Capitol Convention Center is underway, which will make it much more user-friendly and a destination where we want to host more conventions, meetings, and events in the future. But downtown Springfield needs to become more than just a visitor and entertainment destination or a place for overnight stays and little else. We need to focus our attention on making it an attractive place to live where residents can be proud to call it home and where they have easy access to all the goods and services they need. To that end, several things are on the horizon that can help us to reach that goal. For as long as I can remember, we have attempted to attract a grocery store to the downtown area. While it is located at the edge of the tax increment district, the addition of the Neiman Foods at 2nd and Carpenter will fill a downtown void that has existed for way too many years. It will also include several other services and features and shops that may even make it attractive for those who may need to make a quick stop on their way home at night. The city is happy to have helped provide support to the new Country Market store through the use of TIF funds. Speaking of places to live, I would like to commend some organizations and individuals, such as the Springfield Housing Authority for the new Genesis Place development just east of the downtown between 12th and 13th and Jefferson and Washington. While it was mentioned earlier, if you haven't noticed the corner of 2nd and Adams, Larry Quinnett has done a fantastic job on that building in creating new housing units. The first floor will house his architectural firm, and he is putting 13 luxury apartments on the 2nd and 3rd floors. Again, the city is happy to have been able to participate in the project through the use of TIF funds. These two recent examples of how and why downtown is a very desirable place to reside. We expect to see much more residential development in the relatively near future. Private investment is driving other projects too, such as Obed and Isaac's microbrewery and eatery near the Lincoln home site at 7th and Jackson. And, as Court Kahn told me when I walked in, they brewed their first glass of beer today. We welcome this unique and exciting venue to our growing hospitality and entertainment family. St. John's Hospital is in the middle of the first phase of a $180 million expansion project that will greatly improve the delivery of healthcare services to those who need them. I commend them both for their investment and their commitment to our central business district, as it would have been very easy for them to move to the edge of our community. The Salvation Army's 9th Street building will soon be in the remodeling phase as they turn it into a state-of-the-art facility that will provide vital services to individuals who are most in need of those services. Again, the city is happy to be able to participate with the Salvation Army through TIF funds to make that project happen. We continue to work on the Capitol Avenue project, having extended it east to Martin Luther King Drive last year. It even included a unique roundabout to control traffic without stop signs or traffic lights. Hopefully, we will be able to attract another grant or state assistance to finish the project between 5th and 2nd Streets, bringing it right up to the steps of the state capitol. Thanks to the city's Bicycle Advisory Council's recommendation, we will begin making our downtown more bicycle-friendly this spring by installing more than 24 bicycle racks. Utilizing a Lincoln Penny theme, these racks will allow bicyclists to take advantage of the shopping, eating, and working in the city center while securing their bicycles safely. Plus, think about it, it's good exercise and it cuts down on the carbon footprint. You know, as mayor, I consider where we put the train tracks for high-speed rail to be the major issue facing our city right now. The reason I consider it to be the major issue facing our community is that if it goes down the 3rd Street tracks, 50 or 100 years from now, we will still have 3 sets of tracks running through Springfield. If those trains go down the 10th Street corridor, there is still the possibility of moving the 19th Street tracks over to the 10th Street corridor at some time in the future. But if we go down 3rd Street, there simply is not enough room to ever increase the number of tracks on 3rd Street. Railroad relocation is an issue that will come to a head very soon. DSI and the city have worked together to establish the groundwork to move all train traffic from the 3rd Street corridor to the 10th Street. I suspect that the vast majority of us here tonight are in agreement that increasing the frequency and speed of trains on 3rd Street would create major problems for the downtown. It would clog our roadways, make pedestrian movement much less safe, create an insurmountable roadblock to any additional downtown development, especially near 3rd Street and in the medical district. It's difficult to even think or contemplate that scenario. We hope to hear a preliminary report from the Federal Railroad Administration sometime in May when another public hearing will be held. It may give us insight into which route or routes that are still under consideration. One thing is for sure, we cannot let up on our resolve to move the trains, tracks and all, to 10th Street. We need to remain vigilant and continue to press for railroad relocation because we all will have to live for many, many years with whatever the final decision is. I would remind you that in the 1970s and the early 1980s, our community had an opportunity to consolidate the tracks running through Springfield, but we failed to speak with one voice. And today, we have 3 sets of tracks running through the city. If we do not speak with one voice again, 100 years from now, we will still have 3 sets of tracks running through this community. There are a lot of other issues and projects that time does not allow me to address right now, but Downtown Springfield Incorporated and the city are both involved in the American Institute of Architects SDAT study and the study of the downtown being done jointly by the Clue Group and the Springfield-Sangamon County Regional Plan Commission. But we can discuss those projects along with Springfield Green's project to upgrade our gateway entrance from Clear Lake at next year's State of the City. Suffice it to say, however, that the reason that I know downtown Springfield is vibrant and alive is because all of you have been working tirelessly to continue to make it a better place to live, to work, and to be entertained. What has been done in the past is merely the groundwork for much greater things in the future. By working together as we have in the past, we will continue the progress that we have made. Downtown Springfield has been an excellent partner and an advocate for downtown and deserves much of the credit for the progress that has been made. I look forward to continuing to work with DSI, and I thank you very, very much. Now, before I leave the podium, it is my honor to introduce someone who needs no introduction to this audience, who has demonstrated his strong support of downtown Springfield by placing his office in the heart of it, my Congressman Aaron Shock.
Well, good evening. Thank you, Mayor, for that warm introduction and fantastic speech and vision for the downtown. It's exciting to be a part of all the success here in this community. And to my friend, Lieutenant Governor, I've been called a lot of things, and I'll take youngster. You know, tonight reminds me a lot of last night. I was in the state capitol for the joint session of Congress for the President's State of the Union. You know, when it's a joint session of Congress, it's not only the 435 House members, but it's also the 100 U.S. senators who join us as well. And the amazing thing about the House is being its youngest member now at the ripe age of 30. I know I'm becoming an old man. The average age in the House is 57, the average. The average age in the Senate is closer to death. So being called youngster is something I'm used to among my colleagues in the Senate. Seeing visions of someone like Steve Thomas trying to figure out how to use his iPhone is something I'm used to seeing among my colleagues. So I feel right back at home. In all seriousness, let me tell you a little bit about my progression into why my office is in downtown. Many of you may not know, I grew up in rural Minnesota, and I was actually raised in a 150-year-old farmhouse before my parents moved me with their other children to central Illinois in Peoria, where I grew up. Shortly after graduating from college with my degree in finance, I went out and I bought a rundown historic home from the city of Peoria. It was being condemned by the city of Peoria. I bought the back taxes, and I still remember my mother's comment when I brought her proudly over to see my new home, and she said, "Wow, Aaron, I'd consider that an expensive lot." Well, after spending a considerable amount of time, energy, and for those that have done this, money, on fixing up that home, it was my home for 7 years. And have always had an affinity for the inner city of any community, and especially older properties. Shortly after winning my first state house race to the General Assembly, I looked around my home community and found an old warehouse in downtown Peoria that had been vacant for over a decade, and made that my home for my state house office. And then shortly after winning my seat in Congress, knowing that I was going to have Springfield in my congressional district, and believing that having a presence in this community was important not only for my purposes, but also for me to serve my constituents in this region in Springfield, I knew exactly where I wanted to go. El Presidente Burritos. For 4 years, I had driven past this vacant piece and thought, boy, I can't believe it's just a shame that after the cigar shop left and the Presidente Burritos left and the occasional Del Holiday gift store would open and close, that this prime piece of real estate in the heart of downtown Springfield was left vacant. And so at the first opportunity that I had to locate an office in Springfield, I said, that's it. I want to go there. And my landlord and the folks there at the Lincoln Square have been nothing but accommodating and equally excited to have my office there. I will tell you, when I brought my staff there for the first time, they were kind of scratching their heads saying, what are we going to do with all of these humidors and boxes for cigars? But they too have enjoyed this location for so many reasons. Yes, we do get the occasional sidewalk chalk art. Unfortunately, we, along with the federal building, were the targets of Mr. Fenton's attempted assassination and terrorist plot. But downtown could not be a better location for your business, your work, your play, your life, because of all the amenities that it brings. What better place for me to locate an office, for you to locate a business, than a place that already has its sidewalks paved, that has public transportation to drop customers and neighbors at your door, that has city light, water, and sewer run to your facilities. It makes double sense to continue to invest in this part of our city. And it's why I was so excited when then-candidate Mayor Houston met with me to talk about his vision for the city. I have 161 towns in my congressional district, and I do my best to represent every one of them. But the thing that I have found when I have met with all 161 mayors is that oftentimes they get caught up when they talk about growth of a city in only thinking about the green spaces that surround their community and not understanding the power and the importance of continuing to invest in their downtown, continuing to make their downtown an attractive place to live, work, and play. Because again, without continual investment, without continual regentrification, you get dilapidation, you get crime, you get deferred maintenance, which is even more expensive. And after all, you already have the police, you already have the fire, you already have the city services built right in. So to have a mayor and have a visionary who understands that this is equally important to any other development we could have that's new in a green space is extremely important, I believe, to maintaining a strong downtown. So I want to say publicly thank you to Mayor Houston for your continued leadership to keep downtown Springfield an integral part of your plan for growing Springfield. To my friend Victoria Ringer, who rolled out the red carpet from the minute we said we wanted to locate in downtown. Our neighbors along the 6th and Monroe corridor have been a joy to be with. And I will tell you, the folks that walk down the street and happen to just walk in and say, gee, can you help me with our Social Security benefits? Can you help me with the foreign adoption that I'm having difficulty with? That access to your elected representative, I believe, is extremely important. And so we're proud of our location and the services we're able to provide, but we're also proud of the awareness that it creates for how important this downtown is when people have to come to our office where it is to get the service from the federal government that they do. So know that I'm going to continue to be committed to this portion of my district. As you know from the redistricting, my friends in the legislature didn't really ask me what I wanted. And thankfully, I now have 3/4 of Sangamon County. I get more of this region in my district. But much of the downtown of Springfield, unfortunately, has been carved out. So the future of my office is a bit uncertain, not because of my will, but because of the rules of the House. But I'm going to continue to find a way to keep a presence in or near this part of the city because I believe it's important not only for you, but also for me to do a good job representing you. So thank you for the work that you do. Congratulations to DSI for another wonderful, successful year. And thank you all for your support of a vibrant downtown Springfield. Thanks.
Well, wasn't that shocking? Our first award of the evening is for upper story renovation. Tonight we recognize owner Baba Jeezy or General Manager Michael Fair of the Hilton Springfield for the beautiful upper story renovation creating Nick Anito's Penthouse Steakhouse atop Springfield's tallest building. As part of a year-long renovation of the entire 30th floor, the 70-seat upscale steakhouse takes the place of what used to be Jazz Central Station. The meticulously modern decor is understated, but rivals the spectacular views of the capital city. Splashes of hot pink mingle among chic black and crystal light fixtures and high-back banquettes. Offering modern American cuisine and steaks with a great selection of wines and spirits, Nicanino's is clearly on top of the world and cradled in the elegance that makes up this outstanding upper-story renovation. Congratulations to Nicanino's Steakhouse and the Hilton Springfield. Is someone here from the Hilton Springfield tonight that can come get this award? Here he comes. Yes, thank you very much. Our next award goes to a new business in downtown Springfield. The award for outstanding signage goes to the Spice of Life. Owners Stacy Hastings and Leslie Smith are as artsy as they come. The new store boasts artwork from several family members and friends from all over the world. Their new sign reflects the eclectic, multifaceted works of art that are displayed in this bright, cheery new store. Bright orange and electric lime green are the primary colors with a message tucked in one corner. A large world globe is gently held by 3 sets of hands of varying, unique ethnic colors, representing their diverse selection of worldwide art. The colors of orange and green extend down past the historic transom windows and awning to the main storefront with a splashy, whimsical flair. One wouldn't expect anything less from these ladies. Congratulations to the Spice of Life for outstanding signage. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. The owners of Spice of Life could not be here tonight, but we will make sure that they get the award. Our next award is for outstanding interior renovation and goes to the Presidential Abraham Lincoln Hotel and Conference Center. However, they did not have their picture taken, so too bad for them. Nearly 2 years ago, the hotel began a multi-million-dollar renovation project that would begin a new chapter for this 26-year-old property. To say its past 2 decades were smooth sailing and free of controversy would be somewhat untrue. Under new ownership and management, this beautiful downtown property had a complete overhaul, beginning with a new lobby that boasts bright colors against traditional backgrounds and a grand fireplace. The Globe Bar and Lindsay's Restaurant radiate with style and complement the overall feel of the hotel. The new millwork buffet provides a first-class dining experience. The guest rooms are furnished with gleaming granite countertops, stately dark wood furnishings, and European-style bedding. The goal of the new owners was to bring a modern touch to a traditional classic. This they have certainly done. I suggest trying Kathy's homemade pretzel mix in the Globe Tavern. Congratulations to the Presidential Abraham Lincoln Hotel and Conference Center. The award for outstanding new business goes to a business that has been in the heart, soul, and mind of its owner for a very, very long time. For at least the last 4 years, she was looking for the ideal location, developing the best business plan, and designing a perfect menu. The outstanding new business is the Golden Frog and its owner, Lori Miner. Lori's classy espresso, soup, and sandwich restaurant is the perfect example of adaptive reuse of a 19th century space. She didn't just hop into this project without a plan. She wanted to accent the building's beautiful historic accents, such as its original copper metal ceiling, exposed brick walls, and hardwood floors. Lori chose to use the color gold to represent the Golden Frog in all its glory. Lori supports 7 Illinois wineries, 3 Illinois breweries, and uses mostly local products. Stop in and try out the poppy seed chicken salad with a warm bowl of soup and outstanding desserts. Congratulations to the Golden Frog for outstanding new business. The award for Outstanding New Construction Commercial goes to John Schaefer and Associates. This sleek, contemporary structure is not only exciting and attractive, but is extremely environmentally conscious in design and utility. The drafting room boasts tons of natural light, so the lights are rarely turned on. The geothermal heating and air conditioning, use of sunscreens, and the extensive use of insulation and brick veneer make for low utility bills. John hopes that he can lead by example when advising and influencing new clients. Through creativity and not skimping on quality, John's attention to detail is commendable. Downtown's newest prize-winning architectural structure deserves our praise and wins the Outstanding New Construction Commercial Award. Congratulations, John Schaefer and Associates. The award for Outstanding New Construction Residential goes to the Genesis Place. Partially sitting on the site of the former Mayor Byrd high-rise and the area surrounding Madison and North Park Place sits 33 single-family homes and 2 fourplexes, providing residents both the opportunity to buy or rent their home. The last project of the Springfield Housing Authority, led by Director Jackie Newman, provides residents with homeowner counseling and enabling them to have a piece of the American dream. Construction began in November 2010, with the first residents moving in immediately after the August 2011 ribbon cutting. Jackie states that Genesis Place serves as a platform for the development of quality, affordable housing in East Springfield and revitalizes an area that is one of the gateways into the city of Springfield. We could not be more proud to honor Genesis Place, a place of new beginnings for outstanding new construction residential. Springfield's 3rd Street Amtrak Station wins the award for Outstanding Overall Renovation. The project, led by the city's Office of Planning and Economic Development and assisted by Amtrak, was long overdue. Being the first impression for many of Springfield's visitors made this project a top priority. Work began last summer and included a number of significant improvements to the building and its surroundings. This included resurfacing the parking lot, painting the station inside and out, refurbishing artwork and historic benches, rebuilding the restrooms, and improving accessibility for all travelers and visitors. The platform even became a greener, more open space. Kudos to Amtrak and the city's Office of Planning and Economic Development on winning the award for Outstanding Overall Renovation and for the new first impression. Congratulations. It ain't easy being green, but it seems to be just that for our next award recipient. The award for Green Advocate goes to the Governor's Mansion Gardens and horticulturalist Harry Lewis and Mansion Curator Dave Borland. Harry credits cooperation, donations, community groups, and sponsors for being the guiding forces behind the garden's success in 2011. They partnered with the Lincoln Land Community College Workforce Development and built a large garden pergola and a basket display towers. The Land of Lincoln Water Gardening Society helped transform the antique fountain into a water garden. A generous contribution from proven winners allowed the mansion to develop a signature garden area around the fountain. Grants from the Springfield Civic Garden Club allowed the mansion to maintain over 100 pots and the inner city vegetable garden. Congratulations to the Governor's Mansion for the Green Advocate Award. This is my 7th year for doing this event and hosting this event. And every year I get the script from Victoria when she writes it, and never one time has there ever been in a script a chance for me to sing. This year, she put a chance for me to sing. However, that is not going to happen because we do not want you to leave yet. So we're going to get you involved in the singing of this next award. Now listen up. Here's how this is going to go down. This is the Beatles song, Come Together. Do you remember that? Is Aaron still here? Yeah, he probably wouldn't remember that anyway. So here's how this is going to go down, all right? Come together right now over me. We're going to start right here with Watts Copy Systems, and we're going to cut a line right down that aisle right there. And everybody on this side is the Come Together. Try it one time. It's very nice. The middle section, all the way over to the pillars here, you are going to be the right now. Try it one time. Now you know what you're going to be, right? You're going to be the over me. Try it one time. Okay. Okay. We have a lot of men over there, or maybe manly women. I don't know. But we're going to try it. Now we're only... They're what? They're accountants. Okay. All right, good. Good. So this is going to have to go, and then I'm going to do the rest of the part, because that part I can do. Okay, so we're going to try it one time, and everybody, you know your part now. So when I point at you, you're going to do your part, and we're going to put this together, and it's going to sound really hot. Okay, are you ready? Here we go. Boom. That's my part. Give yourselves a hand. That sounded awesome. Now, what exactly did that mean? The award for outstanding collaborative event goes to Partner on Paper. A citywide salute to art on and of paper. 5 of the largest visual arts organizations highlighted the diverse role paper plays in art. The partners that came together included Springfield Art Association, Illinois State Museum, Prairie Art Alliance, University of Illinois Visual Arts Gallery, and Robert Morris Gallery. Sure. All 5 venues presented exhibits focused on paper's many manifestations in art. On October 21st, the public was invited to a progressive reception to view all 5 exhibitions. Hard work and extreme organization pulled off one of Springfield's finest events of the year. Congratulations to the Partners on Paper for coming together for the outstanding collaborative downtown event. The award for New Downtown Event goes to the Illinois Symphony Orchestra and the Old State Capitol Foundation for the Symphony on the Square. The baseball-themed public concert was a one-of-a-kind event featuring old favorites like Casey at Bat, Sousa's National Game March, as well as Take Me Out to the Ball Game. The day also included history education, craft activities inside the Old State Capitol, and a Civil War-era baseball demonstration by the Springfield Long Nine Vintage Baseball Team. They even had ballpark-style food, including hot dogs, Pease's Nuts and Popcorn, and Cold Stone Creamery. What a great night in downtown Springfield. Congratulations to the Illinois Symphony Orchestra and Old State Capitol Foundation for outstanding new downtown event. We have a new award this year. We all know that Farmers Market Manager Ann Fresquera is one phenomenal woman when it comes to running the Old State Capitol Farmers Market. This being said, we have some very important people who deserve a little recognition. Our new award for Farmers Market Champions goes to the mother-daughter team of Julie and Audrey Sahomsky. The farmers market expanded 3 years ago to include an artisans area at 4th and Adams. For the past 3 years, these women have donated their time and energy, rain or shine, as participants and managers of the artisan area, organizing the 30-plus local artisans, providing jury selection recommendations, and performing on-site duties that compare to herding cats. They do it graciously and always with a smile. Congratulations to Farmers Market champions Julie and Audrey Sohomsky. Perhaps you have heard the story of 4 people named everybody, somebody, anybody, and nobody. There was a job to be done, and everybody was sure that somebody would do it. Anybody, somebody, and even everybody could have done it, but nobody did it. Somebody got mad at everybody because it was everybody's job, and everybody thought that anybody could do it, and nobody realized that everybody wouldn't do it. Everybody should have done it. Anybody could have done it. Somebody was going to do it, but nobody wound up doing it. And it ended up that everybody blamed somebody when nobody did what anybody could have done. That is not the case with our next recipient of this award. A very special award is always Volunteer of the Year. Somebody does it. Every year we have a hard time choosing because DSI has so many outstanding people that go the extra mile time after time. We believe that the volunteer hour is the most valuable above all other hours one puts in a day. People give up hours of their free time, like reading a book and spending time with family, or maybe even just taking a nap to volunteer. We are so humbled by the amount of hours that are donated to helping make downtown great. This person not only lends a lot of his time, but a lot of his support to our organization. He volunteered at his first DSI event, August of 2007, hauling garbage from the event to the city dump trucks. He has stepped up and never said no to us when asked to help out. He has worked all of DSI's volunteer parties, hauled ice, moved tables, chairs, tents, fencing, carried cases of soda 2 blocks, taken ticket money, rode on floats, made goodies to fortify the troops, and was put in charge of water when a certain president decided to make his vice presidential candidate announcement in the middle of blues and barbecues. Recognition for everything he does for DSI is long overdue. His selfless attitude is contagious, and we can never thank him for giving himself so freely to our organization and never saying no. The fact that his first event with DSI was also Victoria's first event is no coincidence. The DSI Volunteer of the Year Award for 2011 goes to Mike Quinlan. Thank you. Is that better? Is that better than the dessert? It is? Ooh, that must be good then. The definition of advocate is supporter, backer, promoter, believer, campaigner, activist. This person is all that and more. Her normal workday is jam-packed with meetings, lunches, committees, and advocacy on behalf of clients that have chosen her to build their businesses and introduce their product to Springfield and beyond. In her spare time, she lives, breathes, and eats downtown. We often hear her promoting downtown to a friend, and more than that, a stranger, without even knowing that she's doing it. She has found a way to combine her love for downtown with her love for her job. She has successfully introduced her clients to the downtown community, increasing their business and the downtown business climate. She, too, has spent many hours as a volunteer, a council chairperson, and member of the DSI Board of Directors. But that is not what stands out the most. She lights up when she talks about downtown. She is relentlessly promoting DSI's events and programs, and her efforts are far more valuable than any amount of advertising. On a personal note, I have personally worked with her on a big project. When Springfield Youth Football was looking for someone to help us market our plan for renovating Memorial Stadium, she got excited about the project as if she really did love football. Her excitement took her and us above and beyond in her efforts and ideas. And once again, her passion took us all beyond just simply good enough. Her passion always shines through, and for that, we are forever grateful. The Downtown Advocate for 2011 is Jean Bruner Giacchino. Are you going to say something? Okay.
Wow. For you guys that know me, I'm a crier. I am a very emotional person. I had no idea, and I share the stage with so many wonderful people. Again, I am just speechless, but I look out among you guys, and I can't believe this award. It's just not about me, it's about the team, and I'm very, very, very happy to be a part of Springfield. I moved here in 1993, and I call this home. I'm from a wonderful place. I can't say against my hometown, but Springfield, I've embraced it. I've met some wonderful, wonderful people here, and I'm just don't know what to say, but I share this award with everyone in this room because there is amazing people in this town, and we get a lot of things done together, and I thank every one of you. And, you know, I try to hold myself. I think about it myself every day. At home at night, I'll say, what can I do different? What can I do less of? I'm very, very hard on myself. But you don't know me, I'm very, very hard. I'm very critical of myself. And I share this award with everybody because it's not about me. It's about everybody in this room doing things together to make this town be very, very successful. And we got a lot of great things going on. And I'm not going to go anywhere. I'm going to be around for a long time, and I want to see everybody having a part of this whole wonderful town in Springfield. And I just love my dear friend over there in the corner. I really can't believe this. So thank you, guys. I share this with everybody. So hopefully we'll have lots more things to come. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thanks. Thank you.
I'm going to turn it over to Victoria now. She has a couple more very special awards.
First and foremost, I'm a terrible executive director because all of our board of directors bought a present for Jane, and I neglected to give it to her. It was in the script, I just forgot, but I want you to come up and get your present. Everything you do for us, and you can open it in front of everyone because everyone will like it and have to buy it.
Just don't make me sing again.
Oh, you want to. And the girls want to know where you got your shirt, too.
New York.
Sorry.
It's the birthday trip to New York.
Well, that doesn't help us. You're supposed to say Downtown Springfield.
That's right. The shoes are from Downtown Springfield.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, now it's in a...
I know.
Rip it open. Because you're going to want this, and I'm going to tell everyone where they can get it.
Oh, wow.
It's a facade of all the downtown buildings. Prairie Art Alliance. Girls, Prairie Art Alliance.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. And I apologize for the... We're very casual here, if you didn't notice. Now that we've had some tears with here, but the next award is very special to me, and I wanted to give it myself. We have a defender, a promoter, an example of excellence, a winner, a hero, and a guardian who's going to receive this award. All of these words describe this champion of a man. He was a part of our organization for many years, serving as the executive director of the Springfield-Sangamon County Regional Planning Commission. Kept him pretty busy, but he still continued to do the things he loved. He and his buddy, Bill Boyd, conducted the Downtown Closer Look Inventory every year for DSI on behalf of the city, and they were the stewards of the upkeep of what went downtown. They would go along downtown, this 22 square block area, with a camera and a notebook, and take note of every cracked sidewalk, every light post that needed painting, and they document it, and they sent this list to Public Works every year, and Public Works attended to this list every year as if it was their own, because, you know, they didn't want to have the time to go out and do it themselves, and we wanted to do it, and it was a perfect list for us and a wish list for things to be done. His greatest wish for downtown was to make it greener. A master gardener himself, he lent his skills to DSI as the chair of our Image and Design Council. One of the most significant initiatives to come out of that council in our organization's history was the creation of Park for a Day. The first park was dedicated to him as a gift for all his work for downtown, or for Springfield Green, Adopt-A-Street, and for his retirement from the Planning Commission. Although temporary, the concept made an impression on city leadership. Now you can find a beautiful green space permanently planted at the corner of 6th and Adams Streets. Not a park for a day, but a park for a lifetime of giving back in so many ways to our community. We will miss him dearly and will remember his contributions for many years to come. Our downtown champion for 2011 is the late Dave Killiman, and his son's going to accept on his behalf.
Well, I just want to thank you very much. This means a lot to our family. And, you know, Springfield in general and downtown Springfield in particular were very important to my dad. And I don't think it's a stretch to say that he was very important to Springfield as well. And, you know, it was during his funeral that person after person came up and said, you know, your dad did this, your dad did, you know, this achievement, he helped us with this, and that was great to hear, but one of the best things to hear was that he was kind and a friend, and he was always willing to help. He would help with the big projects, and then he would stick around and help break something down and haul it off. And so that was the best to hear, and I think one of the best things about Springfield also. So thank you very much.
The final word for the evening, I'm not sure where to start. If we were to speak about this guy's accomplishments and his contributions to downtown Springfield, the Hilton would be very happy because we'd all have to get rooms. He is a lifelong resident of Springfield. He has been a member of the highly respected downtown law firm of Sorling, Catron, and Hardin, then his own firm, Gibbs & Green, with downtown offices, of course. He served 2 terms as a state representative in the Illinois legislature, where he sponsored legislation like the Right Turn on Red Light Bill and others supporting the preservation of the Lincoln home site as a historic district. In 1992, our recipient purchased Lincoln Square Apartments in the adjoining Booth-McCoster building. He has lovingly restored the 19th century building and maintains both properties with meticulous care. Along with Doc Adams, he took on the task of restoring the old Lincoln Depot, now Union Station, after it had fallen in disrepair. He has been an active member of Downtown Springfield, Inc. for over 30 years when we were known as SCADA and Pride. He has sat on DSI's Board of Trustees, the highest governing body since 1993, and continues to be involved in our programs and events. He has definitely left his mark on our little 22 square block area and has a positive impact in whatever profession or venture he takes on. Downtown Springfield, Inc.'s Lifetime Achievement Award goes to Joe Gibbs.
Well, I won't take very long. I've just got about 2 hours here, but I don't think I'll be able to do it. My wife said she said to thank everyone, and she said don't screw it up and do the opposite. But anyway, thank you, Victoria, and she does a wonderful job for us, for Springfield, and it's nice to have you on board, and we appreciate what you've done.
Thank you.
And I especially appreciate our staff, Sue Ann and Doug and Chad and Ruth Mary Rankin, who runs the apartments now. But it's, I know you don't want me to sing, so I'll just say thanks and I appreciate it, and we'll close it up that way. Thank you.
Congratulations, Joe. For our TV closing tonight, to our television viewers, on behalf of Downtown Springfield, Inc., congratulations to all the award recipients, and sincere thank you to our MC, Steve Thomas, dinner co-chairs Jean Bruner-Chiquino and Susan Ruling, and the entire dinner committee. And also thank you to all of you who have helped organize this dinner and who keep downtown vibrant. Thank you.